King David, descendant of the Jacobites from Scotland, through Davidic royals. Oliver Cromwell kicked my family out. We want restitution for lands and estates stolen. We also want you to respect the Third Geneva Convention laws set out to protect prisoners of war. We want our lands and estates back. The secret history of human resets, the Great Mud Flood of 1834, the 1587 plasma event, the biblical flood, and other historical reset theories by Donny Davis. Okay, 20-minute book read highlights from King David. Webster's 1828 dictionary definition of what an American is: the capital of tribes founded by the Europeans. My family and the 10 tribes got seized in their lands. We want restitution. Today I was doing some research on the mud flood, so we're going to read through. Students, please grab a pen and paper and learn for free. I don't take donations. I want you to be empowered and to learn, man, to know the truth. The mud flood. What is the mud flood theory? Okay, I'm just going to just go through it, just, you know what I'm saying, break it down. What if the history you are taught in textbooks is a lie and hidden, what if real history has been hidden from us? And I've put it has through indoctrination system. The mud flood theory purposes that humanity had an advanced civilization as little as 200 years ago. It suffered a catastrophic flood worldwide in the 1800s, which covered cities with a layer of mud between 6 to 8 feet deep. Afterwards, there was a systematic cover-up that this event occurred and our civilization was reset to a more primitive culture with forgotten knowledge. Evidence of a worldwide mud flood, might be found in historical buildings in which windows or doors are below ground level, or in old photographs showing streets caked in mud. Adherent of the mud flood theory believes this mud flood was accompanied by a depopulation event, and I've put Cabbage Patch Kids, the repopulation, human cloning, read the Book of Enoch. Alright. Historical photographs seem to show fully built but empty cities. Perhaps a pre-civilization built our cities, then suffered a cataclysm in which a large percentage of people perished. Yes, I've put yes. The elite, that's people part of secret societies running things, may have systematically covered up this mud flood and encouraged people to repopulate the earth in the 1800s, but it was done through human cloning, man. People who were in on it taught the new population a false historical narrative in orphanages, it says, boarding schools and workhouses for children. Subscribers to this theory also believe that people in the 18th century had an ancient technology that was more advanced than we have today, and that this technology was lost during the reset. It wasn't lost, man, it was hidden. Ancient technology may have included antique fireplaces that heated and cooled houses, airships for travel, and steam-powered machines which hooked into ancient steam tunnels. Ancient civilizations may have built most of infrastructure we enjoy today with advanced technology. Today's modern people have been inherent this infrastructure which required only minimal work to repair and modernize. Perhaps genetic resets accompany historic resets. People may have been more intelligent and lived longer. People who could have been taller in the past before experiencing a reset. The word giants are on the earth as well. Remember that. Book of Enoch, man. And then I'm just going to just go to the next part. I put Tartaria or Tartary or Tartaria as a historical name for the Central Asia, Siberia. Alright, let's quickly on to the next one now. Thought I'd just share it with you. About cathedrals and that. Okay, so I was going to read through the notes and look at the focus on the picture and I'll read the notes. Cathedrals were free energy structures designed with sacred geometry to harness and amplify natural energies or electrical ether from the air. Magnetrons or somatic shapes to amplify light, frequency and generate power. Stained glass was later addition by subservient humans to shut down this original power system. The buildings had conductive floors to recharge people who were the battery. Now they harness your energy with lies, man. You understand? They get you together in a place full of lies, man. They also were used for healing the body, mind, spirit with frequencies they would emit when they had giant bells. Giant bells created healing frequencies through sacred designs of the building. So bells can heal you, man. That's why they destroyed the bells, man. Understand? Loads of bells got smashed up, man. That's my 20-minute book read for today. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to share this information on my family for my notes. So my family for the McKinley line, and the mother's line is the Campbell, who are the Jacobites, got kicked out of Scotland. So raised the royal standard on the 6th of September 1715 on top of Knoll, now built upon the Inver called Arms Hotel in Braemere. The cemetery was watched by over 2,000 Highlanders, amongst whom were 500 Far Crossans. That's my family, the McKinley line. There were a gasp of dismay from the superstitious clansmen as the gold ball on top of the staff fell off. Fell off. This proved to be a prophetic omen. John Farquharson led his clansmen south with the section of the Jacobite army that entered England. They found people reluctant to join the Stuart cause and were forced to surrender after the Battle of Preston. John Farquharson was captured and imprisoned at prison in London. He was released a year later after his friends successfully petitioned he had been forced into the rebellion. So they got him out of there, man. James Farquharson, known as Balmoral the Brave, who had previously fought in 1715. The Farquharson besieged Stirling Castle, joined up with the retreating Jacobite army and fought at the Battle of Falkirk on January the 17th, 1746, where Balmoral the Brave, wounded in both legs, demanded his clansmen carry him forward towards the enemy at the Battle of Culloden. Now, do you see why I fought so hard? Yeah, because he lost his life, fighting for the correct cause, man, fighting for the truth. And that's why I'm standing with the living creator, man, and with this full truth, man, understand, without being discriminated against, man, understand. Because you best believe WikiLeaks have proven that the government do tap into your phone, man, to try and stop information from coming out, especially my information, because it's a threat to their societies, man, understand. He says, carry me forward towards the enemy at the Battle of Culloden Moor on April the 16th. 300 Farquharsons were in the centre of the front line where the fighting was heaviest, and they took a grievous loss. In the aftermath, Balmoral the Brave was proscribed for high treason but pardoned in 1753. Francis Farquharson of was condemned to death in London, but reprieved the night before. He was kept prisoner in England for 21 years and only returned home in 1766. He is buried in Cathay Church, and many of the clansmen were executed or transported to Virginia plantations after appalling suffering. That's my family, man. He stole our identity, man. Annie, 20-year-old daughter of John Farquharson of Invercourt, was married to Angus. We descend from Clan Mackintosh from Shaw, son of Duncan, Celtic Earl of Fife of royal descent, who went north with King Malcolm VI in 1163 to suppress a rebellion by the men of Moray. Shaw was granted land around Inverness and in the forest of Findhorn, and was called MHIC and TOISEACH, son of Thane. My family line, man, royal, true royal stock, man. He was the first chief of Clan McIntosh. His great-great-grandson lived at Rothiemurchus in the pine forests of Spray Valley. His son Angus, sixth chief, married Eva, heiress of the ancient Clan Chattan of Bad Enoch and Loch Harbour in 1291, and thus became chief of this confederation of clans descended from Gillie Chattan More Williams. His eldest son became the 7th chief of Clan McIntosh and 8th chief of Clan Chattan in 1345 and moved his residence to Moy Castle. That's our family. We got castles and land. You understand? That's why I'm fighting this, man. They use admiralty law to sell lands and estates, man. This is wrong. Angus' second son, John, remained in the area and founded the race of the Macintoshes of Rotham. I can't pronounce that word. If you can, read it for me. Clan Farquharson, based in Invercould and Bray, Aberdeenshire Confederation. They are members of the Clan Chattan Confederation, a powerful association of Highland clans. History known as the Fighting Farquharsons. They were fiercely loyal supporters of the House of Stuart and the Jacobite cause, and Oliver Cromwell kicked us out and made us prisoners of war to this very day. Didn't stand. We want restitution. The Kescovy Act 1666, man. Making out like we're dead and at sea. No, we're not. We're very much alive and living, and we are the true nobles and sovereigns, man. And we want restitution for the lands and estates stolen. Do you understand? It doesn't belong to you. Participating in significant battles like Haldon, where they held the centre line. Progenitor was a Farquhar, the 4th son of Alexander Shaw of that name there. I can't pronounce it. If you could pronounce it for me. With Finley Moore, generally considered the first official chief, Farquhar moved over the mountains to Braes of Moor on Deeside around 1450, where his father had some land, so he settled there. His sons were known as the Farquharsons, and this is where the name Farquharson came from. He was appointed Bally and Chamberlain of the ancient earldom of Mar, which had been annexed to the crown and was granted much land as a reward. That's in my family, do you understand? His son Donald married Stuart of the Mar family, heiress of Invercould and Aberdare, and through her acquired very extensive estate in Upper Deeside. He also acquired the square keep of Invercould, 7-foot thick walls. That's in my family, man. That's why I say we want our lands and estates back, man. Don't want any fucking digital ID, man. Finley Moore, born 1487, first chief of the Farquharsons of Invercould, and it is Finley Moore whom all branches of the Clan Farquharsons claim their descent. Their founder and common ancestor, the clan's Gaelic appellation of clan, and it says it there in Gaelic. That's from Hebrew as well. Gaelic from Hebrew also derives from him. The name of the clan derives from his grandfather. The records of Invercould state that Finley Moore, on account of his gigantic size and great strength, and he passed that on to me, man, you understand, of body, who was also a man of fine parts, remarkable bravery and fortitude, and he definitely passed on the bravery to me, man, was killed fighting in defence of the liberties of his country, bearing the royal standard. Some royal line, I told you, mate. And my family knew this information, they hid it from me, man. At the Battle of Pinkie, 1547, he is buried at Inversoak Church Courtyard in Scotland, man, near Musselburgh, in a plot called the Long Highland Man's Grave. You understand? That's my family, man. Clanfer, Farquhar, or can't pronounce it. the three younger brothers of. Yeah, I'll leave it there now. But yo, I just thought I'd share the information with you, man. Share my royal stock, McKinley and Campbell. That's my McKinley loan, man. And anyway, people, that's my 20-minute book read highlights, man. I encourage you to do the same, man. Keep on praising the living creator. Put your weapons down. Love, peace, save lives, man. Please go to Israel's Edit Kingdom Ministry Facebook here for the free truth pack and my testimony. Till next time, Shalom and peace.